Oh, the sunny day. This dumb AI betrayed it. I'm gonna get all the levels. Trying to learn Side Beam. Can't learn more than 4 moves. Yes, teach it Side Beam. Instead of what? Instead of Mean Look. We don't need Mean Look. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got some money for winning. Fire is useful in the forest. Not so much for the heat, but that it keeps the bugs away. Okay, what does this do? Okay, I am not ready to do that. I gotta go back and heal right now. Cause, oh my god, that was a tough battle. Okay, I'm gonna go train for about 5 minutes. Boy, oh boy. That guy was tough. At least at my current level. Oh hey, there's a patch of grass right there. Let's just use that. That'll be way simpler. I think this guy is a grass type. I'm not sure though. I'll try it. Yep. Might be grass flying at that matter. You know, this is just a thing in Pokemon. Every once in a while, you gotta take some time to just grind out some levels, and I've ignored it for too long. I've ignored trying to grind out levels for too long, and I'm suffering for it. Hey. Hey. No. Alright, we're in slow mode now. Because I'm not one for mature words. let's see. We can go for a little bit longer, but I don't think I'm gonna be going back to the gym. I think this is pretty much the rest of the stream here, is trying to get some more levels here. I wonder if I'll run across a shiny while doing this. That'd be pretty awesome. Except I don't really have a reliable way to catch it, so I'd probably make it faint by accident. So that would actually not be awesome. I need to get someone with Fall Swipe on my team. I mean, it's true, nobody wants a chat where nobody's talking, but using individual chat messages to spell out bad words is not okay, man. Like most of what you're doing in the chat, I'm okay with. I would obviously prefer for you to like just actually say words. And especially actually say words that maybe pertain to what's going on in the game. Or just like neat things to talk about. Like maybe you could bring up topics that you'd like to know my opinion on. Like I've enjoyed your talk about like which starters are my favorite. Which is my favorite ghost Pokemon. You know, those are... I enjoy those types of questions. They're probably... I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit vain. I enjoy answering questions about what my favorites are. I don't know. I mean, and those are Pokemon questions too, so it totally makes sense. So like writing stuff like that, that's totally awesome, and I'd love it if you did it. Just doing a ton of spam kind of makes some people mad, and like I personally draw the line at being needlessly inappropriate for no reason. Cause like I don't know who's gonna be watching this. You know, this is a Pokemon game. This is a Pokemon game. I'm trying not to say bad words myself. I'm messing up sometimes, just because this game is frustrating sometimes. And I'm in a bad habit. But I'm trying. Just every now and again, when I get really upset, I let one slip. But I'm getting better at it, and I'm really trying, and I just don't want to have that there for like I don't know. Imagine your little sister watched this show. You know, I mean, don't want them seeing bad words, or hearing bad words. I hate that today has been lecture day. I didn't want this to be a lecture stream today. It was just supposed to be fun play the Pokemon game day, but no. You know what? I was gonna stop at 10, but let's keep going. Let's keep going for another hour. Let's go till 11 tonight. As an apology for all of the lectures that I've done and all of the grinding that I have to do. Zubat on my phone. Dang it, Zubat are so tough to catch. They're so small. I got an excellent throw though! That's awesome. Please catch it actually, because I'd love to get the XP for that. But yeah, I caught it. I caught the Zubat on Pokemon Go. Mr. Bad, help me. What content are you going to post after you're done with this game? I'm gonna try to find a different Pokemon game to do. I might post content of one of the Pokemon games that I'm currently playing when I'm not streaming, which is I play Pokemon Showdown, the online browser game. I play the Pokemon TCG Online, and I play Pixelmon. If I don't feel like I want to do one of those, then I'll probably find a way to emulate one of the original Game Boy games, and like kind of start from there, going through the list of the Pokemon. I'm gonna keep doing Pokemon in one way or another. And of course, you know, when Sun and Moon comes out, I'm gonna be playing that. So I might not be able to stream it though, but I am gonna play it. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to stream it. But if it requires too much purchasing of external hardware, then I just might not have the money for it, you know. Because I don't have the money right now to pay for like a capture card, or like external cables. I mean, you know, I want to keep doing this because I find it really fun. Pokemon's like my favorite video game franchise ever. It's what I've spent my life on. Basically. If I consider doing a randomizer, that's that one where I've seen some randomizer footage before, but that's that one where you play a Pokemon game, but it's kind of hacked in a way to where any Pokemon can show up anywhere, and any Pokemon can have like any moves or something like that. How random is a randomizer? It looked very confusing when I watched it before. Because I saw like Pokemon Mega Evolve into completely different Pokemon that had nothing to do with who they were before. And gym leaders were random. I feel like I would probably need to cover the game normal mode before covering it randomized as well, if I was going to do that. That would be more something to do after having gone through the game once and actually knowing what it's supposed to be. I wouldn't I wouldn't turn up my nose at the possibility of doing a randomizer. I don't think I'll do that next though. I think next is going to be one of the things I already mentioned. I don't know. I'll have to look into how exactly randomizers work, and I also have to look into how to capture from. I want to look into how to capture from the phone and from the 2DS. In a way that's cost effective. Randomizer has Pokemon anywhere, and if you want to go far beyond, you can randomize items, abilities, trainer names, moves, and even evolutions. I could definitely see doing the has random Pokemon anywhere. I could definitely see doing that. Cause that'd be kind of cool, right? Cause then you could run into any Pokemon anywhere. You don't have to look in a specific place. You might come across some Pokemon that you wouldn't normally be able to get. So that'd be kind of cool. Randomizing items, no. Randomizing moves might be cool, but that would also mess up a lot of good sets that I know. And not evolutions. I wouldn't do evolutions. Trainer names I could randomize. I'll look into it. It seems, yeah, I hadn't been considering it before. So I'm a bit, I don't know what the word is. I'm a bit hesitant, and I'm definitely not going to do it right away, but I could see that being something that I do in the future. The goal for what I'm doing right now, by the way, is just to get to where I'm a high enough level to where I can actually take on the starters are randomized too. Oh no, that's a cool idea. I like the idea of maybe starting out with a Pokemon that's not a normal one that you could get as a starter. I'd probably soft reset until I got a Ghost-type Pokemon as my starter, though. To be perfectly honest. Hopefully people could bear with me while I did that. Actually, Mr. Bad, while I'm doing this for the last little bit of this stream, would you actually mind looking into that for me a little bit? How to capture phone and 2DS and bring it to OBS? Because I'd like to be able to play more Pokemon games on here. And I've already mentioned the Pokemon Go struggle. I'd like to find a very cost-effective way of putting capture from those two devices onto OBS. So basically I would need a way to get it into a window on my computer. Because once I get it into a window on my computer, OBS can get it just fine. But but I don't know how to show what's going on my phone and on my 2DS on the computer. I also need to come up with a better UI. I should come up with something that goes on the right side of the screen when there's no chat. Just some image. I should come up with a repeat... That's what I should do. I should come up with a, like a background image that can go on the entire thing. And it'll just be whatever takes up the negative space. I like that idea. Maybe like... Ooh, okay. I have a good idea. I'll work on it. I'll work on it some after the stream. I probably won't finish it tonight, but... Also, I think it'd be more interesting if you do a Nuzlocke of a randomizer. That'd be fun. I've never done a Nuzlocke run before. I have a feeling, though, I wouldn't be very entertaining doing it. Like, because I would have way more grinding than I'm even doing here. Like, because if I... Why am I changing out? I don't want to do that. Because I'd be so afraid to lose any of my Pokemon, right? That I would keep them all extremely overleveled. So like, I would be fighting level 30s and I would be level 50, right? And I don't know if that's any fun for anybody. I'd have to add some sort of addendum in or something, so like ghost Pokemon don't count towards Nuzlocke because they're already ghosts. And so then like any of my ghost Pokemon I could keep forever, and then just any other Pokemon didn't get revived or something. I don't know. Like I'd have to do something like that. It would either be that or I would be grinding really heavily all the time. And like, I mean, here's a taste of what that's like. You know, I mean, and it has to happen a little bit in any Pokemon game, right? Because like you gotta level up your Pokemon. It's the least entertaining part of the game, but it has to happen sometimes. Like, I'm all for doing a Nuzlocke run eventually. Right? Oh, no PP left for this move. No! But, I don't know. I don't know how entertaining that would actually be for you people. If like, you really want it after having had explained what it is probably going to be like, then, you know, maybe. I don't think I'll do a Nuzlocke of this game. At least not immediately after. There's that other Pokemon game that I have on my computer. I forget what it's called. It was a different Pokemon fan game that was made in the last few years. I can't remember what it's called. There were two versions. I don't remember. I have it around here somewhere, I think. It was like a whole nother game. It had like 16 badges, I think. I don't remember. People understand the grinding? Okay, good. I've been trying not to. Like, I've been trying to, like, stay in the action, but I think that the last... I think that part of this stream needs to be dedicated to the grinding. Plus, the difficulty of Uranium is higher than any Pokemon game you've played before. Take my time. Okay. Like, it's really tough. I'm glad to have that confirmed, that it's, like, actually built to be a tougher one, because it's been really tough, like, all the way through. Especially, like, the battles that are supposed to be important. You know, like the rival battles and the gym battles, they've been so close. Even when I win, it's like, and I've won all of the rival battles, thankfully. I'd feel dumb if I didn't win all the rival battles. But man, it's just it's been exciting, you know. And I want it to stay exciting. I don't want to overlevel to the point where the game's not exciting anymore, because that's when it's really, really fun. But I also am tired of getting my party wiped by random trainers because I haven't taken the time to grind for levels anywhere. Would it be better to do a like through the generations? A non-Nuzlocke run is easy aside from Uranium, obviously. Huh. I wish I could remember what the name of that other Pokemon fan game was. Like, I think it used all canon Pokemon. But, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna change something about the stream. Give me just a moment. Mr. Bad at This had a suggestion. Yeah, I was just talking. I don't know if Mr. Bad at This heard. He's saying I need to design a chat background or a small border. That is correct, but hold on. If I change the game right now, will it mess up the VOD? Let's see. He was saying apparently people are streaming this game under Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire instead of Fire Red Leaf Green. And so, yeah, I make highlights, but I've got a half hour left in the stream. So I don't want to chop up the last hour into two sections. So next time, here's what I'll do. Just next time that I next time that I stream, I'll stream it under Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So don't be confused. Like, cause Twitch doesn't support a name for this game, right? So I have to choose a different Pokemon game to say that I'm streaming. Which is unfortunate. I wish I could just type in what I was playing. But because this is a fan game, it doesn't have an official Twitch title. Do you think there should be a dark type gym? Definitely. I think every type deserves to have representation as a gym, and also eventually representation as an Elite Four member as well. Obviously, it takes longer to get types through the Elite Four, but like we've had some repeats. You know, so it's about time to see like a normal type champion and have them just have normal types that kick butt. You know, like I'd like to see Pokemon Sam's, you know, Sun and Moon's. I'd like to see their champion be normal type, and they'd have like an Alola version of Slacking that doesn't have Truant. You know, so it just kicks butt. You know, they could have a Mega Evolving Snorlax, something like that. I don't know. 'Cause I'm not, being a Ghost type specialist, I'm not normally a fan of normal types anyway. Just because it becomes a whiff battle. But yeah, every type needs to get run through the gambit and have some representation. And that includes dark types. Also, I think they should try to even out better the amount of each type that there are, because so like we're going to Hawaii, right? So there's obviously going to be a lot of water types that are added in, but water types are already the most represented Pokemon type in the game. So it's not, I don't know. I think they should add more of the types that are struggling. Because right now Ghost and I think Ice are tied for the least amount of Pokemon representation. And like, I want more Ghost types, and it looks like they're adding more Ghost types in this one. Because like, off the top of my head, I think like half of the Pokemon we've seen leaked for Sun and Moon have been Ghost type. I could be off by a little bit, but like, there's Marowak, there's the 2 Sandcastles, there's the one form of the bird. And there's Mimikyu, right? So the dancing bird has a Ghost type form. The one that looks like a geisha dancer, I think. My favorite evolution? I think I answered this before, but my favorite evolution so far is Umbreon. That's the one that I picked for my Eevee to change into in Pokemon Gale of Darkness. So the only time that I've had a Eevee as a starter, that's the Eevee that I changed it into. And I really like it. I mean, and it fits with me too, right? Because I play Pokemon at night. You know, I play Pokemon very late at night sometimes. Let's see. Raining. I want to learn Aqua Tail. That's my goal. Like, I think that after Riptide learns Aqua Tail, it could help. And I wish I had a King's Rock. But yeah, that's my favorite evolution. It knew, like, Bite when I had it. I wasn't super great at Pokemon yet at that point. I wasn't doing like strategy stuff yet. I was just doing basically what I'm doing with Riptide here, which is just using whatever the strongest move is. But my my strategy has changed a lot since then, and now I do a lot of stall walls and things like that. You know, I learned things like that burn halves attack power of the Pokemon. I didn't know that for the longest time. Do you like the Palisade? Oh, I think they're okay. You know, they're as far as ghost ground types go, I'll always love Galurk and Galette more. Just because on top of ghost types, I'm also I'm also a big fan of the elemental punch moves, right? So I mentioned that I played Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness before, and there was an Electabuzz in that game that I really loved. Its name was Zaprong, and it knew Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Cross Chop, and oh my gosh, that was so awesome! I liked it a lot. That. Okay. And so now my typical team has a Galurk on it, which I named Archimedes. And it has Shadow Punch, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, and Earthquake. Because, yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Earthquake. I kind of wish that it wasn't in the game, because it's too good. Right? It's the ground type stab that you like always have to have on a ground type Pokemon. And so like most ground type Pokemon, their sets will include Earthquake if they can learn it. And it's just it's too good of a move. It is the only thing that just absolutely wrecks my Raichu, you know. So I'm not a fan of it. I use it because I feel like I have to, though. I would much rather have a different punch move in that slot on my Galurk. But yeah, but by the way, if you don't know, Galurk is really good at using the punch moves because it has the ability Iron Fist, which raises the attack power of all punch-based moves. So Shadow Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Shadow Punch, Drain Punch, Focus Punch, Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, all those. Oh, someone's hosting me, but the host thing didn't show up. Oh, that's too bad. Why didn't my Twitch alert happen? Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. It just took a second. Hi, Ghost Trade. Thank you for the host. That's really awesome. You're the first person to host me. Let me save. How'd you guys like that Twitch alert, by the way? That's the first one you guys have really seen. I've got Twitch alerts going now, so they work for donations, and they work for hosting, and I've got different stuff that shows up for each one. Once I get the ability to have subscribers, that will also have one. Do you think Megas will be a thing in Sun and Moon? I do. Aha! Ghost Trade haunts the stream. That means that he just started following. Thank you. That's really awesome. Do I think I think that Megas will be a thing in Sun and Moon. I had been hoping for a Raichu Mega that gave it Levitate, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore since we got the Alola form. So what I think, I think that there'll be a thing, but I don't think that we will get... I don't think we'll get Megas for any of the Pokemon that get Alola forms. Now, we might. I could be wrong about that, but if I had to guess, I'd say that they'd be different things. But yeah, I had been really hoping for a Raichu one. Now what I'm hoping for is a Gourgeist one. I'd like to see a Gourgeist Mega that makes it just a much better... I like to see one that makes it an even better tank. Right, so right now it's pretty good at tanking. Gourgeist Super is. It'd also be especially cool if, like, they made the size of Gourgeist, of Mega Gourgeist, factor in way more to what its Mega does. So, like, the differences between the sizes are even more extreme in their, like, stats and their appearance. That'd be really cool. So, like, maybe Mega Gourgeist Small wouldn't be tanky at all, but it would be, like, as fast as Crobat and actually has bat wings. Yeah! I can't wait for you guys to get to see the subscription one. It's definitely my favorite, and I made it to be the one that I like the most, because it's, you know, it's obviously the one that... Yeah, I do have chat on slow for a good reason. One of my moderators kind of got into a fight with RoboKitty, and it seemed like the best way to solve it. And also, I kind of got upset a little bit about some bad words being said in my chat. And that's kind of where I draw the line as far as some of that chat stuff goes. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the subscriptions alert is pretty great. I'm sad that you guys can't... Well, actually, I can... Here, let me... Because I don't even have the subscriptions feature right now, let me show you a test of what it looks like. I'll show you tests of all of them. Just to sort of show you guys what it's like. So, you guys already saw the follow, but I'll test it anyway. So it's Haunter. And then the donation didn't show up because the testing them messes up sometimes. So that's what the donation looks like. And you guys saw hosting. This one is for bits, which is like in beta on Twitch. I don't understand it completely, but I have it as Rotom, and there's like different versions of the Rotom one. So like sometimes that one will show up, sometimes that one will show up. And then the subscription one is my favorite. I love it. It's just so great. There's something great about that sound effect and the shiny Mega Sableye combination. I also really like the follow one as well. Do I have any tips for someone just starting Pokemon Uranium? Well, there's gonna be a lot of times when you get locked out of being able to access the Pokemon Center. Accessing the PC. So you should be aware all the time of who's in your party. What do I think is the ugliest shiny? The ugliest shiny. Huh. That's tough. There's a lot of shinies that, like, don't really matter, right? Like, Raichu's shiny is, like, the same all the way through his family. Gengar's shiny is, like, the same all the way through his family until he Mega Evolves. That's the only time when you can really tell the difference. And then there's some shinies that are great. Like Shiny Swoobat, I love. It's orange. It's an orange bat that's like all fluffy and stuff. It's like, it looks like pumpkin pie. You know, Chandelure's shiny is pretty cool as well. It's orange fire instead of purple fire. I'd say its shiny doesn't really matter for the other two forms of its evolution line, right? It's not drastic enough to really matter. And I'm kind of more upset about those types of shinies than any ugly shinies. Cause like, I don't know, something about the shinies that don't really look any different from the normal ones makes me a lot more upset than the shinies that are considered ugly. Cause I don't even agree with a lot of people on those, right? Because, like, I've heard people say that Shiny Dredagon is ugly, but I actually really like Shiny Dredagon. It looks like a pumpkin dragon to me. It's got an orange head and a green body. Like, I wish it was dragon grass type, and just looked like that all the time. Like, I like that a lot. It'd be... Holy cow, it'd be 4 times weak to ice. That's not too great. A lot of people say the green shinies are ugly. Shoot. There was one that I actually thought was ugly, but I'm having trouble thinking of it now. Shoot. It was one that made it, like, yellow-green. And I can't remember anymore. Dang. I can't remember. I actually had one that I had picked out as my least favorite shiny, and I can't remember it anymore. Sorry about that. I like shinies in general most of the time better. Because, like, shinies, you can really split shinies into, like, 4 groups, right? You can fit them into the ones that look pretty much exactly the same, the ones that are pink, the ones that are green, and the ones that are awesome. Like, the majority of shiny palettes will fall under one of those 4 categories. I like shiny Zora. Like I said, shiny Raichu doesn't matter to me. I can't remember. I'd have to go through. I'll try to remember what that is and try to mention that in another stream. Because I cannot remember. And I don't wanna open up a window to go and look through all the shinies. Because that would take way too long and the game would be paused, and I don't feel like that's worth it. I mean, well, I suppose I could bring some up on my phone. Let's take a look at some shinies on my phone, shall we? Can I get an image of all shiny Pokemon? Is that a thing? I'm gonna do an image search for all shiny Pokemon and see what comes up. What would you catch before the second gym? And also, do you want to be named after Pokemon? Ooh. Sure. I'd be honored for you to name a Pokemon after me. And let me check. Let me answer your first question first. All right. So the second gym. Oh, the second gym is that cave gym. So the cave gym was tough because it had poison Pokemon and it had rock and ground Pokemon. I would say it'd be great for you to get a water Pokemon by then, and you actually really can. I just didn't, because you can get the two. You can get at least one of the rods. You can get the old rod, I know for sure, before the second gym. I think you can get the good rod before the second gym, but I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that. I've only played this game once, and I haven't even finished it, so. The darkest thing in Pokemon. I don't know. Shedinja's kind of dark. Litwick is actually kind of dark as well. The whole, like... Because, like, I love Hypno. Hypno. I love Litwick. Litwick is the cutest Pokemon in the world, in my opinion. And I just wanna hang out with it, but sadly, it's gonna drain my soul the entire time that I'm hanging out with it. So I don't know. Started with Electux, so you feel good with that. Then you'll want to try to get something to deal. So the second gym isn't type based, right? In fact, from what I can tell, only the first gym so far in this game has been based on a singular type. All the rest have been based around a theme. So the second one is caves. The third one is beaches. So you go into it thinking that there's water types there. There is not. It is not primarily water types. If you go in there thinking you can grass type it up, you're going to be sadly disappointed, because there's going to be a fair amount of grass type Pokemon there. And the gym leader's like signature Pokemon is a big grass Pokemon, so it's not going to be really helpful. And then the fourth one is like a brainy themed gym. So there's psychic types, steel types. I think there's some electric types. So you'll wanna have something to deal with in the second gym. You'll want to have something to deal with basically anything you'd find in a cave is fair game in there. It's just gonna be more of what you have seen in the caves that you've been to already at that point, at a higher level, just generally stronger. I have a lot of money. I just realized how much money I have. As far as Pokemon I'd like to be named after, a good ghost type would be what I would prefer, if that's okay. If Gengar was in this game, I'd say him. I normally name my Gengar after myself. To make it could be like that's me participating in the battle. But maybe Sableye, if you I don't know. Do what you want, man. It's your game. My favorite fairy type. Oh. Now that's something that I can Google and give you an answer to. I can Google a list of all the fairy types on Bulbapedia. I don't actually actively use any fairy type Pokemon, so that's why I have to have to look this up. Oh. Well, part of me wants to say Mimikyu, just because it's a really cute ghost-type Pokemon that's coming up here. And I'm kind of biased towards ghost types, right? What's Comfey? Oh, that's the Lay. The new Ninetales is going to be an interesting one, too. Let's see, and there's Jigglypuff, but I don't ever use Jigglypuff. I would never use Jigglypuff. It's a neat Pokemon. Tapu Koko. What is this? I haven't seen some of these. What's Morlul? Oh, okay. Morlul. You should like that one, RoboKitty. There's a fairy type Pokemon called Morlul. You can get more lulls in the new Pokemon game. Cutiefly? What's Cutiefly? Oh. These don't have pictures yet, so I'm like, what is that? Oh. Someone told me it evolves in uranium. Is it true? Yes. I've heard this as well, and that's one of the few things I've actually looked up. Not on purpose, but because I was looking up HMs because I was having trouble getting like Pokemon that could learn certain HMs. So I was looking that up, and I ended up finding out that Fly was an HM, and I wanted to figure out, what Pokemon could learn Fly, and Dunsparce happens to evolve into a Pokemon that can learn Fly. So that's how I know about that. So that is true. And I may actually end up getting one on my team eventually. Maybe. Because it looks pretty cool, and Dunsparce in general feels tougher in this game than it has in past games. I don't know, it was like super forgettable in the Johto region, right? A couple actual Pokemon get Evos in this game. I won't spoil the list for you, but I believe it's around 5. I know of two Pokemon from the core games that get evolutions. So I know that Dunsparce does, and I know that Primeape does. And I only know that Primeape does because everyone's gone on about it. Just me, or does a Alolan Sandslash look like Sonic? A little bit. But if you want to talk about those types of, lookalikes, look at shiny Kanto Sandslash and tell me that doesn't look just like Knuckles. In my opinion, the red shiny Sandslash looks just like Knuckles. I haven't seen many other Kanto Pokemon here. When does Mankey evolve, and when does Primeape evolve? Mankey evolves at its normal time, right? So whenever I assume. Mankey evolves whenever it would evolve in the normal games. And then Primeape evolves in a special way. Primeape evolves using... I don't know everything about it, but actually in the forest that I'm in right now, I picked up an item. Here we go, the Jungle Crown. It uses the King's Rock sprite An item to be held by a Pokemon belongs to the King of the Jungle. Boosts fighting moves. So, you know, you have your Primeape wear that, and I guess level it up, and then it'll evolve into the other thing, Mega Harambe. I don't know. It evolves into the other thing. And you find that in the forest that I'm in right now on a stump. And this guy right here, catch this guy. Catch this guy. That's probably the best advice I can give you. Is this guy right here, this Gyarados, catch this guy. 'Cause he's awesome. He's got great moves.